We're back with another 31 films of Halloween, and today I'm talking about Mr. Sardonicus. Question if I'm saying that correctly, even after watching this movie, I'm sure. Directed by William Castle. It runs a tight 90 minutes from 1961. I bought this because I almost bought this strictly for this movie. I'd heard so much about it, but it does also have 13 Ghosts, Homicidal, and The Old Dark House on it. So I know I watched all of these at least once. This is the one I remember the most about. But I am really excited to revisit it because it's been quite a few years since I saw it. So let's go to the trailer for a couple seconds, and when we come back, we'll get my thoughts.
For years, I have searched for a unique way whereby a motion picture audience can actually decide the climax of a picture. I have found such a way. My latest picture, Mr. Sardonicus, offers something no audience has ever had before: the power to determine the fate of a character on the screen.
I really liked that. It was slow at times, but like of all the movies I've watched so far, the one that's probably the easiest to compare it to would have been Murders at the Rue Morgue, and this is dramatically better than Murders at the Rue Morgue. The pacing is good. The twist is really fun at the end. And it's got that William Castle flair. I like that this one you kind of get William Castle doing his Alfred Hitchcock shtick. So he's opening the movie. He interrupts the middle of the movie for the big ending scene, the famous dark ending. But for those of you who aren't familiar, first of all, definitely watch it. It is well worth a watch. But the premise of the movie is that this renowned surgeon gets called to Mr. Sardonicus's house, and he's being asked to help perform an impossible surgery. And when he gets to the house, he sees that there is a one-eyed man who is basically torturing the women of the house. And he finds out that he's torturing him on Mr. Sardonicus's wishes, and that also Mr. Sardonicus is why he only has one eye. We get this backstory where he was living a humble life, but he wished for more, and his father dies only for him to find out that his father's lottery ticket actually recently won. But the only way that he can get the money is that he has to dig up his father's grave where the lottery ticket was in his breast pocket. He does so, and when he sees his father's corpse, it scares him so badly that it freezes his face to match the deathly grin of his father's corpse, and that all these people have come to try to fix this ailment, and no one ever has. Flash to this surgeon here. The surgeon talks about getting this experimental drug that's supposed to relax muscles, but it's extremely dangerous and that it could possibly kill him. But after a lot of debate, he uses it. When he returns, Mr. Sardonicus's face is back to normal, but he tells him to stay calm and not to use it too much. He needs to build back up his muscles, and accepts no payment. He just wishes to leave. Suddenly, Mr. Sardonicus learns that because he can't open his mouth, he can't eat or drink, and that he's dying of hunger and thirst. So he sends his one-eyed servant to find this renowned surgeon. And that's when the renowned surgeon explains that all he did was a placebo. He shot water into his face, that the issue was not a physical one, but a mental one. And that as soon as he realizes that there was nothing wrong, he'll be able to open his mouth in no time. So the servant gets back to the house, and at this moment, William Castle pops up and takes a poll from the audience. Should the servant show mercy to Mr. Sardonicus, or does he deserve more punishment? It didn't really matter what anybody voted for. That was part of the gimmick. It was always going to be this depressing ending. And the depressing ending is that the servant, instead of telling Mr. Sardonicus the truth, says that the doctor had already left on the train and he wasn't able to catch him in time. And he enjoys a healthy meal while he watches Mr. Sardonicus basically struggle with us knowing that he will almost definitely starve himself to death for no reason. It's a delightfully fucked up movie. Which I've been trying not to curse too much on these videos, but this one really calls for it. Loved it. In my general rankings of these movies, I'm going to put it at number 3, I think. This was a lot of fun. If you're into like a good 60s black and white horror film and you haven't seen this one, this is a pretty fun one to watch. There's not a lot in kills, but there is a lot in atmosphere to like in this. Now, the important part is to figure out what I have to watch tomorrow. Let's see what the random number generator gives us today. 70. The Babadook, which I haven't seen since it first came out. I remember liking it, but I don't remember if I loved it. Tune in tomorrow and find out how I feel ultimately about the Babadook.